Good morning and welcome to Saturday. It is the 6th day of the week, the days of the big thaw. If the previous 5 days were the days of the big deep freeze, today is the day of the big thaw. Getting the last little bit thawed out here in Texas and especially around Fort Worth. Every one of the 245 counties of Texas, or was it 247? Anyway, here we are on Saturday, and we are focusing in and finishing up the last 2 days. This is the next to the last day of the first chapter of the book of Hebrews. So let's jump right in as we've been gleaning some meditations in Hebrews, and I disappeared. We had the full screen and I was trying to sneak into the background there. We're looking at Hebrews chapter 1 verses 11 and 12. Wanted to just remind you can go to YouTube and Facebook. You can look under Truth Seekers, and you can find a verse-by-verse speaking, preaching, exposition happening. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to go through each chapter. The focus on the weekdays and in the mornings is to focus in on something that we can take away from that, and it can become a substantial part of our meditation for the day, that we can run it over and over and over in our mind and let it become sink down into our spirit and become life. Let it be mixed with faith down in our spirit, and then it becomes a powerful life in our mind, our will, and our emotions. That's our soul. There's a transformation of the soul that is the target of this, and then ultimately the goal of our salvation. You know what the ultimate goal of our salvation is? The physical resurrection of our physical body. God is not going to stop. His plan doesn't come to its culmination until we are spirit, soul, and body completely recovered from the effect of the fall. That's His overall plan. So don't you forget it. Let that always lurk in the back of your mind when we're looking at things. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 11 through 12 reads this way: they will perish. What will? The heavens and the earth. But you will remain. So here's the idea that created things will perish. They'll come to the end of their usefulness. Food will spoil. Things will tarnish. Foundations will fail, so on and so forth. Spiritual entities, so on, they are subject to a fall. Physical things are subject to a fall, but guess what? You remain. You remain. Why? Because He is not subject to the fall. He did not fail. He did not fail. So they will perish. What's included in the they? All created stuff. This takes in the heavenly realm. I'll bring my hand over here. The heavenly realm as well as the earthly realm. It's just a matter of position. It's a matter of dimensionality. These will perish. They're subject to a timeline. They're subject to decay and failure. Why? Because of sin. Because the enemy introduced sin into the heavenly realm. Adam and Eve introduced sin into the earthly realm. But you remain. Who's you? The Son. The Son of God. The eternal Son of God. We know His name. Yeshua. Jesus. What's His title? HaMashiach. The Messiah. And then we're going to see other titles added to His name. But this is the essential beginning. You will remain. They will all wear out like a garment. You will roll them up like a robe, like a garment. They will be changed. They're going to be changed. So there's a metamorphos, there's a changing, a transformation that's going to happen. But Jesus doesn't need a transformation. The Son of God doesn't need a transformation. Why? Because he is God, very God. Because he himself is God, the Son of God. But you remain the same, and your years will never end. This is the one consistency in life that we can find. This is the one consistency amongst the heavenly beings and the one consistency amongst the earthly beings. And that is the Son of God. And we know him. His name is Yeshua, Jesus, Joshua. And his years will never end. It's a great opportunity to reaffirm your connection into an eternal proposition that is found only in the Son of God. Aren't you glad that you can know him? Aren't you glad that you do know him? Because through him and him alone is salvation. Only through him can someone be born again. How? By faith placed in him. We place our faith in him. And this connects our spirit back to God, who then brings through the Holy Spirit transformation to our spirit, then to our soul, and even to our body. We're looking all the way to the end, to the powerful transformation of when corruptibility puts on incorruption. Wow. So great thoughts for today. Lord bless you as you dwell on that and let that be your meditation. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.